We're the largest snacking company in the world.
That everyone in the business is a leader and have a role to play.
So it just naturally made sense that, my career would progress.
And I wish someone had told me when I was in high school that that was an option.
It's all about maintaining relationships and
have such a wide array of academic backgrounds in the CCAS.
A strong network of women here to help you.
Well, hey guys, so today we are joined by Carley, who is a team leader for NuForm Steel. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi.
So, can you tell us a bit about yourself? Introduce yourself, what do you do, and what do you sort of do on a daily basis in your role?
Yep. Well, like you said, my name's Carley and I work for NuForm Steel. They're a company in Bayswater. I'm 26 years old and have just completed my apprenticeship in August last year. So I'm a qualified boilermaker. My day-to-day activities vary between what jobs I'm doing or if I'm on site or if I'm in the factory. Today I'm in the factory, so I'm building a staircase. If I'm on site, I could be installing stairs, I could be installing handrail, structural beams to hold a building up, anything. When I am on site, I also deal with project managers on a day-to-day basis and work with them on completing the job and make sure our goals align on how we get things done, how we work together, working with other trades to make sure that I'm obviously not going to be in someone's way or they're in my way, and safely work together, because you can't all be working over the top of each other. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's pretty much my day.
Yeah, cool. So as a Boilermaker, can you just explain to us a little bit about that? So like when you say you're building a staircase, are you like welding it together, or like what are we talking here?
Yes, so a big part of my job is welding. There's a few types of welding that we use every day. So I'm using MIG welding today. We also use TIG welding or arc welding, which is the old school stick welding, which we normally do on site. But for today's job with the staircase, I'm essentially cutting material to length. I will be welding it to make the string, which is like the big center spine that pretty much everything sticks to. And then I'll be putting on each of the individual treads, making sure they're level, they're the perfect height, because with stairs, if you're a little bit out, have you ever tripped up on a stair? That's why, because the tread's probably a couple mil out. Yeah.
That's what we can blame then.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like fun. That sounds really, really awesome. So what influenced you to go down this career path in the first place? Like when you were at high school, is this what you thought you'd be doing? Like, how did it all come about?
I kind of fell into it. After I left high school, I did complete year 12, and then I moved to Tasmania and actually studied aquaculture for a year. Found it wasn't for me. I moved back to Melbourne and I was working at Coles in the deli and thought I wanted to do something. I wanted a career. I wanted just something different. I always liked doing things with my hands. So I'm a pretty hands-on person. I'm not afraid to get a bit dirty or anything like that. So I started walking around the Bayswater industrial area and handing out resumes, and NuForm Steel happened to be there. So I walked in there and was pretty much given a job on the spot. I didn't know what a welder was. I didn't know any of this when I started, and I wouldn't change anything now. I love it.
That's so cool how like things can just happen, and that's why it's so nice to open up people's eyes, and like students in particular right now who, like yourself at high school, didn't even really think that would be an option for them.
No.
But actually it ticks all the boxes, like for you, in your personality. So that's why it's so nice to be chatting to you today. Hopefully we can inspire some more people to check it out.
Hope so.
What would you say gives you the most satisfaction in your role?
I like taking something that's nothing and making it into something. Like I can see a piece of just steel, and I can bend it, fold it, cut it, weld it, and make something that's beautiful or strong and that will hold up the world essentially.
Yeah,
So,
totally. No, it's super important job, and it would be super satisfying to, see that at the end of the day. It would be really cool.
It is.
Yeah.
I love building something in the factory and then actually being part of the installation on site as well is really satisfying. To see things from start to finish and work out, so that's how that actually goes together and that's what that part is, and which is really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, you get to be in the factory like you were saying, and then you get to also go out on site and actually see it installed. That's awesome. Now, what would you say is your greatest achievement, or even maybe your biggest challenge so far?
A challenge that I face every day is dealing with different personalities. So as a team leader, it is quite challenging, especially when you're teaching other people and things, because everyone learns differently. Everyone understands things differently. So that's probably the biggest challenge I have is, just working out how I can best help the team that I have with me. Yeah.
With all the different personalities and different ways that people listen and learn. Yeah. And
even with how each other interact, because I know certain people work better with certain people and others they clash, and it's trying to get the job done as well as work together as a team.
Yeah, cool. So what is it about the construction industry that made you sort of want to start an apprenticeship and go down sort of that road?
It was the thought that I will always have a job.
Yeah.
So there will always be a place for me. I can do so many different things with my qualification now. I can specialise in things. I can do underwater welding if I wanted to. Like, I can do anything, which is great because you're not put in a box and that's all you do. I can do anything, and that's a great opportunity to have, whereas not many careers have that, where you kind of do one thing and that's it.
Yeah. When you've got a trade, it's a really secure sort of career and job path to go down, for sure. Yeah. Now, tell us, I heard you won the Master Builders Victoria State Apprentice of the Year.
I did.
Wow. So can you tell us a bit about that? And what did that mean for you in your career moving forward?
Well, I wasn't expecting it. My boss actually nominated me for it when I just finished my apprenticeship, which was great because he's recognised the hard work I've put in, and not only completing it as a young female, but also during a pandemic. I actually finished my apprenticeship, which was quite hard. It was a very different style of learning. Winning, it cemented that I am where I need to be. Yeah. That I'm doing the right thing, I'm on the right path, and that everyone recognises how hard it actually is and how hard you actually work to complete apprenticeship. And some of the things we do is just, you look at something finished and you're like, how did that even go together? Like, it's...
Pat on the back and to be recognised by your peers there.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. That's so exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've found being on other sites as well, sometimes I'll walk in and they'll be like, oh, you won that. I saw that on Facebook, or so I do get recognised a little bit on different sites, which is a bit funny. Yeah.
No, that is what it's all for. You gotta scream it from the rooftop, that's for sure. No, it's awesome. Congratulations. Now, just finally, what advice would you give to young students out there who are listening and they're thinking that they might like to enter the construction industry as well?
Just give it a go. Like, it may not be something, the first thing you do may not be something that fits, but there's so many different pathways, there's so many different trades and stuff that you can do. It's not just, a lot of people are chippies or plumbers, like there's so many different other ones, like Boilermaker isn't really heard of anymore. Yeah. And you have so many different options. It's just, it's very versatile for anyone. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Carley. It was great to hear about your career so far, and good luck with the staircase today and for the rest of your career.
Thank you for having me.